My name is Esther from Sawa World. Processing coffee yields coffee husks which are of great importance. Today, one of our entrepreneurs takes us through how to utilize coffee husks to cultivate mushroom. Join me as I take you through a step-by-step process of mushroom cultivation from coffee husks.
Dynamic Link started as a volunteering kind of institute whereby we had to train people, and we realized that there is some kind of inequality in this area, that's Namayumba. The women and the youth are less engaged in the coffee value chain. Statistics say that in Uganda, about 80% of the people involved in agriculture are women. But when it comes to the coffee value chain, there are very few. We are doing this to be able to include them in the coffee value chain through utilizing the coffee husks for growing mushroom. So instead of the head of the family, the man, taking everything and selling, we empower these women. They can use these husks and make money from it.
Hello, my name is Kevin Samla from Dynamic Link. Basically, I want to take you through the process of mushroom cultivation. The mushroom type I'm going to talk about today is called oyster mushrooms. First step we start with is drying the substrate to reduce on the moisture from the field, to reduce on the contamination, and then you have to take them through what we call sterilization. Sterilization is in two phases. One is wet sterilization and the second one is steam sterilization. Wet sterilization, we use water. We mix the water with the substrates and then we mix it all so that it is purely wet. The importance of all this is to remove all those microorganisms that don't do well with water. So when we kill these organisms, then we can be ready to steam it again. So steaming, we are killing those that don't do well with temperature. So the steaming takes 4 hours. Basically, the first hour is for the steam to come out. Then after the steam starts coming out, you can count to 3 to 4 hours. After that, you'll have to remove them from the drums, from the fire, and then you'll have to cool them. Cooling normally takes a period of 1 to 2 hours. And then we prepare for what we call inoculation. There are some key steps we have to take. The first step is that we have to be clean. Get cotton wool, dip it in ethanol, and then you have to clean all your utensils, you have to clean all your hands. After cleaning yourself, we can start the process of inoculation. Inoculation, we normally mix 100 grams of the spawn with 2 kilograms of the substrate, and we make a garden of 2 kilograms. The spawns we have are 300 grams, so we have to cut it into 3 to make sure you proportion it into different 100 grams. So these 100 grams, you mix them with the substrate, you have to desegment the spawn and you have to disperse it fully, and we make these gardens. These gardens are made of small polythene. Then you can tie them with a ring. The importance of the ring is to allow flow of water when you're irrigating. This ring, we can't leave it open. We have to cover it with a paper up to when it's in its darkroom phase. These holes are for aeration in the darkroom. This ring and the polythene plus the substrate it's what makes our mushroom garden. The mushroom garden, the average, if you have used 100 grams of a spawn, the average should be 2 to 3 kilograms. So that takes us to our next step, which is darkroom. So the importance of the darkroom is to limit sunlight. Fungus and mushroom, like any other fungus, as you know, they don't do well with UV light. So we have to preserve them into a dark room. Most people call it the incubation room, but they have to be there for a period of 2 weeks, 14 days. In this period, what they are doing, they are colonizing. They are spreading fast. Because light is not there, they can easily spread fast. And in this period, you don't need to irrigate the gardens. You don't need to tamper with them. You just need to preserve them in that room for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, then we can remove our gardens. They have to be fully colonized. It has to look white. It has to look different from how it was before. So after that, the next step is hanging. Here at Dynamic, we use strings, and you put the gardens in those strings. You can make a string of 4 gardens, 5 gardens, depending. After you have put it, the next step is cutting the slits. The slits, we cut them using a knife, but it has to be clean. It has to be clean knife, or you can use a razor blade. After cutting these slits, you start irrigation. Each garden you have to water it with a cup or 2 cups a day, 1 cup in the morning and 1 cup in the evening. So when the sun is too hot, you may even go to 4 cups, 5 cups, but you have to keep the garden moist. The importance of irrigation is not to put water into the garden, but to keep the garden moist. At 2 weeks and 5 days, then we start seeing the mushrooms coming out. We start to seeing the mushroom, and we even start harvesting. What are the key things in harvesting? 1, you have to be clean. 2, you have to have a container, the materials, you have to pack these mushrooms very well. 3, you have to preserve these mushrooms. Mushrooms are perishable. You can preserve them by cooking them. You can cook them and they can take some time. But they are highly perishable, so you have to handle them well after harvesting. After harvesting and after value addition, the next step is looking for the money.
My name is Toko Ewandonia Sharon, and I'm part of the Dynamic AgriLink team. I act as the monitoring and evaluation personnel. Today we have been looking at mushroom production, and I'm going to break it down for you how much you need for a startup and how much you'll be able to obtain from that. Roughly we need around 200,000 for a start, and that 200,000 caters for the spawn, for the cotton, for firewood, for the drums, for the ethanol you're going to use, for the polythene. And you also need coffee husks. From one garden you obtain 2 kilograms. That means 1 month you obtain 1 kilogram and the other month it is 1 kilogram. And 1 kilogram of mushroom, which is fresh, goes for 7,000 shillings. With good watering and good maintenance and care for the mushroom garden, you're sure to get 250,000 Ugandan shillings per month, and you can harvest for 3 months. So imagine you're investing in 200,000 but you're obtaining 750. That's a good profit.
We hope you've enjoyed and are going to start to make the mushrooms. Thank you for watching. Bye.